problem solving in physics, you have to remember that it is using algebra, basic algebra skills, to explain the science behind everyday interactions. The first thing you have to remember is order of operations. Go back to algebra and PEMDAS. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, and square. You have to remember what goes first, and also when you have reverses occurring. Now remember, in physics, our formulas will be V equals D over T, F is equal to MA, and you're wanting to solve part of that. And to do that, you're going to have to know specific steps. But I'm going to keep this explanation short and simple to where you hopefully can understand the different steps. So let's start with an easy one. 7 plus x equals 10. You have to get rid of the 7 because you're wanting x by itself. So to get rid of that 7, it's being added here. Opposite of add is subtract. So you subtract 7 from both sides. That cancels out 7 from the side. That leaves x is equal to 10 minus 7. So our x has to be 3. So let's start with this formula. Velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. Let's say we want displacement by itself. We have to rewrite the formula. In this case, displacement is being divided by time. So opposite of divide is multiply. And we have to do it to both sides. So velocity times time is equal to displacement divided by time multiplied by time. This time cancels out that time. So that leaves us displacement is equal to the velocity times time. And that's our answer. Solving for displacement from the equation velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. Then displacement is just equal to velocity times time. Say we have an equation that looks like this. V squared equals V initial squared plus AT. And we want to solve for V initial. Well, the first thing we got to do is get it by itself. So that means we have to get rid of that AT. It's being added on this side. So that means we have to do the reverse. So that's velocity squared minus AT is equal to velocity initial squared. Okay, because we subtracted the AT from this side. That cancels this out. And we subtracted the AT over here. So we get velocity squared minus AT is equal to velocity initial squared. Now we got to get rid of the square root, or the square. To do that, we've got to take the square root of both sides. So our answer then becomes velocity initial is equal to the square root of velocity squared plus minus AT. And that's our answer. So now we have another formula. P equals mv. We want to solve for m. Okay, back to the opposites. You've got mass times velocity. So opposite of multiply is divide. So you divide both sides. So that's P divided by V is equal to mv divided by V. Cancels out our V's. So that leaves us with our m is equal to P divided by V. And that's our answer. So in doing all these formulas, if something is multiplied, So you have, if you multiply something, the opposite is you've got to divide by it. Add, opposite is subtract. If it's a division, you got to multiply. If it's a subtraction, you got to add. And if something is squared, you have to take the square root. I hope this helps a little.